Hey everyone, welcome back to Cole Protocol Films. My name is Cole. Well, this is my first time making a video like this. 2024 has been a rough year for movies, honestly. There were a lot of solid movies, some even masterful, but good lord, there were a lot of historically bad movies. But we are not here to focus on the bad, I'm here to share the best of the best. This is all my opinion, and I have seen over 88 movies that have specifically released in 2024. So, if a movie that you loved did not make this top 10, it's safe to say I either didn't put it on this list or it had an extremely limited release, which seems like a weird trend for some of the rumored Oscar-nominated films in 2024. Anyways, enjoy. Starting at number 10, we have Lawn Legs. I know this movie is not for everyone. The marketing campaign was unbelievably iconic and sold the movie for most people. The director Osgood Perkins is someone who focuses on style over substance, and hey, I'm a pretentious hack and it worked for me. The elevated horror in the theater had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. I did rewatch it on my 4K copy, and it wasn't as great as it was in the theater, but I will obviously blame my home setup. Anyways, Lawn Legs is beautifully shot, a more pretentious Silence of the Lambs, and though it doesn't reach the heights of Silence of the Lambs, it offers a really great experience. And how could I forget Nicolas Cage? He did so much of his limited screen time, simply iconic and unforgettable, and I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm looking forward to The Monkey, which is also directed by Osgood Perkins, which releases in 2025. At number 9, we have Hitman. I'm pretty shocked this film isn't being talked about more. Hitman is the ultimate comfort movie for me in 2024. I believe I've watched it 3 times now. Glenn Powell's intoxicating charisma pulsates through the screen. I'm such a sucker for his performances because we don't really have a lot of actors like that, I feel like, nowadays, where they just exude charisma. I don't know, that's just me. But this dark humor rom-com had me smiling constantly through its terrifically paced runtime. Most of the jokes hit, and the chemistry between the two leads is one of the best I've seen all year. It's a film that's going to be overlooked, also looked back on in about maybe 10 or so years as a film that is totally underrated. Definitely recommend this for sure if you're wanting a comedy that is, actually funny, since that is not so common in the times we are living in. At number 8, we have Conclave. A nice thing about 2024 is that the best movies are all pretty unique in story and genre. Conclave was a film I really wanted to see because of Edward Berger. After All Quiet on the Western Front, he was a director I have been craving more from, and wow, he did not disappoint. Conclave is a juicy, religious, almost thriller that focuses on a lot of corruption in the church, but having a lot of symbolism related to society and politics. Its commentary is breathtakingly mature and something that left me walking away impacted. Ralph Fiennes also delivered one of his best career performances, which is saying a lot. The cinematography and color palette was chef's kiss. I just can't believe not many other people were really talking about this on their best of 2024 list. Now, call it a hot take, but one that is objectively badass because I said so. Edward Berger has proven he can craft vicious action, complex moral choices and characters, and deeply religious commentary. Why not give him the rights to make a goddamn Halo movie? I don't know, sue me. If you don't give him the rights, give me the rights because I want to make one. Anyways, Conclave was a masterpiece. At number 7, we have Monkey Man. It's always a shame that so many people forget about movies that defined the first few months of the year. Monkey Man was a directorial debut from Dev Patel, and he was exceptional both behind and in front of the camera. This Indian John Wick had so much heart and a new style of this new subgenre of action movies. Dev created a real sense of direction with all the close-ups and insert shots, which made this so memorable for me. I loved the violence, not just in the action, but the main character's conflict. You could really see the determination and anger in his eyes. It all has a terrific climax and finale that pays off and left me saying, "God damn, where did that come from?" I really hope if you haven't watched this movie, go give it a shot because I feel like it's almost underrated now. And yeah, like I said earlier, it's just strange that so many movies that typically released within the first maybe 3 to 5 months a year are always forgotten. And this is one that should never be forgotten. At number 6, we have The Substance. My god, this film has such a limited release. I wish more people could experience it in theaters because holy cow. Is it even possible to talk about the best movies of 2024 and not mention the substance? I don't remember the last time we got a good body horror film on this level, but it was an absolute treat to say the least. The practical effects were so unbelievably impressive, but man, the performances from Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley were astounding. Oscar nom level stuff, but of course the Oscars kind of hate horror and also the genre of sci-fi, which I'm not saying this is sci-fi, I'm just, making a jab there. Anyways, the film tackled so many themes of self-image, self-hatred, social anxiety, isolation, you name it. It didn't just tackle these themes at surface level. Everything was so layered and nuanced. It's impossible for me to imagine anyone walking out of the theater believing it meant nothing. Dare I say it? It's one of the best body horror movies of all time. At number 5, we have Furiosa. The movie that none of you guys saw, causing it to flop, likely giving us no new Mad Max movie for the rest of our lifetimes, or at least maybe the next 10 to 20 years. Yeah, that movie. I hate everyone who did not see this. Now, I get it. It has one of the worst and most hideous marketing campaigns of all time, but it was getting good ratings, and the fact that it couldn't get people interested is kind of brutal. Furiosa is one of the best movies of the year, hands down. I kind of liked it more than Fury Road, but I just don't have a connection with that 2015 entry like many others do. The action set pieces in Furiosa are astounding, constantly one-upping each sequence progressively throughout the film. Chris Hemsworth and Anya Taylor-Joy were excellent, which it was really only a surprise for Chris, but I am happy he is finding work other than Marvel to really break away from that brand. He is a great actor, and it's a shame this flopped because we don't get to see other actors take on more unique roles in this franchise for a while. Overall, the story was extremely compelling, and the revenge plot worked super well, especially considering it feels like every other movie is doing a revenge plot nowadays. But Furiosa just found a way to stay fresh. Easily the biggest surprise of 2024. At number 4, which could be considered a big deal because, if you have Letterboxd, top 4, all that. Anyways, at number 4, we have The Bike Riders. This might be a controversial take, but I think The Bike Riders is one of the best movies of 2024. To me, this is a film that we only get every 5 to 10 years. A movie kind of like an American Psycho, Fight Club, and Drive that appeals to male culture and society. Men just don't get movies like this. Every year it seems women get a new book or a film from Greta Gerwig, for example, or something. Men? It's just not common. The Bike Riders really focus on themes of brotherhood and put a scope on this group of people who are having to adjust to an ever-changing world and a changing trend in the male mindset. It almost reminded me of Damien Chazelle's Babylon, in that movie's case, watching filmmakers witness a huge change in the art of filmmaking. The Bike Riders was a stunning film that really hit me at the end when everything came together. Austin Butler, though having a more limited screen time than I would have liked, delivered the best moment of the film near the end. Tom Hardy delivered a criminally underrated performance, and hell, Norman Reedus showed up to the set, played himself, and started hanging out during filming. Overall, this film is important to me, and I hope it kind of gets seen as this modern male culture piece that deserves all the praise one day. Entering our top 3, we have Alien Romulus. This was almost my number 2, but it is slightly lower rated for me than the next films. If you haven't seen my full 20+ minute review of Romulus, go check it out because I don't want to have to give you the whole spiel again, but man, this is the best Alien movie since 1986. I almost cried walking out of the theater. Hell, I might have cried during the movie. What is more important than this film killing at the box office? Nothing, that's what. Fede Alvarez saved this franchise, and thank God, because this would have sent it into the damn Stone Age. Romulus is a love letter to the fandom, which is needed and warranted after all we have been through these last 40 or so years. So many neat details and homages to what came before. Fede simply cooked. It looks great, is entertaining as hell, and has some iconic characters that I just can't wait to see in the next film, and I know is going to be another masterpiece similar to Romulus. If you have not, go watch Romulus, but maybe subject yourself to more films of the franchise so you can understand and appreciate the context of this film in this universe even more. Fede, thank you for saving us. I literally, man, As an Alien fan, this movie is groundbreaking, and I know a lot of people have commented on the fan service aspect, but hey, I'm a fan, service me. This isn't a Marvel movie that drops every single year. We barely get an Alien movie every 5 to 7 years at this point, and this saved a franchise. At number 2, we have Robert Eggers' gothic horror masterpiece, Nosferatu. Guys, cherish every living moment. We are witnessing one of the greatest directors of all time. Eggers' gothic horror style really came to its peak in this film. I haven't been too much of a fan of the story of Nosferatu from, other adaptations that I've watched. The original film in 1922 is okay. I get its importance, but, it's a bit old for me, so it just didn't click or work for me. I still need to watch Herzog's 1979 film, but then there's also Bram Stoker's Dracula, which, I'm gonna be honest, this may get me canceled. I think it is horrible. There's a lot of cool ideas and some good visuals, but man, Keanu is atrocious in it. Hell, every actor other than Oldman, I would argue, is bad. And it has a lot of weird campiness that was embarrassing to watch. I believe Eggers really gets the best out of his actors. Lily Rose Depp better get Best Leading Actress or I'm gonna riot, but I know she's probably not because the Oscars are dumb. Bill was unrecognizable as Count Orlok. Hell, Nicholas Hoult delivered his best performance in front of the camera. And man, Aaron Taylor Johnson almost made me cry. All the actors were phenomenal. Eggers is a god amongst men. He really made this story more mature and directed perfectly and beautifully stunning, of course. I fucking love this movie, and it works so damn well for me, more than the other takes on its story. There's no filmmaker like Eggers, and it's so exciting to know we are getting to experience his films in real time. Now, for the grand finale, at number 1, you guys could probably have guessed, it's Dune Part 2. What else would it have been? Dune Part 2 is easily the best film of 2024, objectively. And hell, it's one of the best sci-fi films ever made. It's my generation's Lord of the Rings, which I don't think it'll ever touch that holy trilogy, of course, but damn, it will be close after Dune Messiah drops. Denis Villeneuve really solidified himself as the greatest director of all time. His versatility, use of scale, ability to adapt this impossible material just proves it. He is a master of everything. We have so many great performances here, but one that still sticks with me is from Austin Butler, who, wow, what a year for him. He really brought his Heath Ledger's Joker to the screen. He is going to be one of the greatest actors of all time in a few years, and to say that Dune 2 is a masterpiece and one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever is just an understatement. I can't get over how immensely powerful this was in IMAX, and Zimmer's score and Fraser's historic cinematography showcase, it was perfect. I don't know what else can really be said about this film, truly. This is the culmination of a filmmaker's talent, a pinnacle of cinema, a spiritual experience unlike any story ever told that is about a horrible tragedy and one that transcends storytelling. Dune 2 is one of the greatest movies ever made, easily the best of the decade so far. Yeah, don't know what else to add. The film speaks for itself at this point. It is a shame that organizations like the Oscars don't respect sci-fi. It's weird how this genre is viewed, but hopefully one day it will change. This deserves a sweep in 2024, but damn, I'd be shocked if it even gets noms for big categories like Best Picture and Director. Anyways, Dune Part 2 is a masterpiece and my favorite movie of 2024. 2024 was definitely not a great year for movies. I would say it had some high highs, but too many lows, and that really brought down the year for me. But I think every year for cinema is always special because there's films that truly affect us and change the world. I encourage you, if you have not watched a ton of movies, maybe make your New Year's resolution to watch more because it's a really great escape from everyday life, and it's nice to feel almost cultured in this art form. But anyways, if you've been watching this far, I really appreciate it. I really do. So if you can like and subscribe, perhaps, I would be very grateful. And if you want to check out my other videos, go ahead and do that, because I'm a silly goose, and you can maybe see my cat cameo in other ones. Here, I'll drop a photo for him real quick. Okay, it's gone. Alright, I hope you all have a great day. Peace.